Let's jump right into quarterback. Who are your top 5 QBs for week number 2?
My top five is pretty straightforward this week. I have Josh Allen number 1, Jalen Hurts number 2 again, Patrick Mahomes number 3, Lamar Jackson number 4, and Justin Herbert down to 5 because I'm giving him a slight downgrade without Keenan Allen potentially this week. So he's my QB5 this week.
Yeah, I have Allen, Hurts, Mahomes, Jackson, and Kyler Murray right now. Without Keenan, yeah, Herbert goes a little further down for me. It's short week. And they ran, I think they might run the ball a little more than we thought. They did that in week 1 as well. So got to get that running quarterback in, though. Kyler was an adventure in
he always is.
Number 1. Oh, yeah.
Wait, so how far down do you have Herbert though? Number 6? Or
yeah, he's number 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he might float into my top 5. Yeah. I'm not counting him out. Check our rankings at actionnetwork.com to stay up to date with that. But who are you high on?
So I'm high on Trey Lance. I have him QB9 versus QB14. His current ECR is QB14. He faces the Seahawks this week, and I'm not going to lie, he had a pretty bad week 1. But due to the weather and George Kittle being out, I actually ended up dropping him to QB15 before kickoff. So that's where I ended up with his rank last week. It was encouraging to see the 13 rushing attempts for 54 yards. That's kind of what we were expecting. There's, the potential of George Kittle returning this week. I'm not banking on it, but either way, I think he bounces back this week. The Seahawks defense is very prone to, passes underneath their quarterback like Trey Lance. And now they just lost Jamal Adams for potentially, season-ending knee injury. So I think this is a good matchup for him. I think he bounces back. I think we can end some of the Jimmy G drama, hopefully, this week. But yeah, I like him as a low-end QB1 this week. And then Daniel Jones, this is a sneaky high upside QB2 or a GPP play in DFS. Giants are slight favorites this week against the Panthers. And I liked what I saw from them and Brian Dable just being aggressive, more innovative on offense. He kind of had a shaky interception there, but Dable let him hear about it. And Jones has some sneaky rushing upside. I think as long as Barkley and Sterling Shepard are healthy, those will be his top 2 targets. He can lean on them this week. So like Daniel Jones, what are you laughing at? I mean,
I just wide receiver. I got situation. The Giants jersey on, man, but what an adventure! What an adventure!
I had no idea it was David Sills and Richie James as the top 2 receivers, but here we are. But I still like Daniel Jones, so he's my QB 16 right now. He's ranked QB 23. I think that's way too low given his upside.
Yeah, man. Trey Lance, I think, people might be a little worried about him. I mean, that game, you almost have to throw it out on both sides. I mean, that was just like a monsoon, and then on top of that, the Niners were doing fine. So it wasn't even like there was like negative game script or anything. Like they were just trying to protect the lead until they lost the lead. Like it just, if you had the 49ers in a survivor pool, like, I'm sorry for you.
Like, anybody, Colts, Bengals, Niners, Broncos, all the heavy favorites lost this week.
Yeah, except the Ravens because the Jets are the Jets.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, I like Derek Carr this week. I'm going to continue to target the Arizona pass defense. Last week I ended up with Mahomes as my QB1, and I look at this Cardinal pass defense, and I just don't see a lot of good things. I mean, maybe they'll get Watt back, maybe they'll get a cornerback, but I think this is going to be a problem spot for them all year. And, Carr started off kind of slow in week 1, but, second week, Josh McDaniels offense, Devonte Adams has proven to be still a problem, no drop off, without Aaron Rodgers. You got Darren Waller probably a little bit healthier this week. And Hunter Renfrow, by the way, he's got to get going. He didn't really do much. So I just think you're going to see an explosion from this Vegas passing attack this week, and the line keeps going up in their favor too. It started out, I think it was 3.5. It's already up to 5.5. You got a total over 51. I believe I got Vegas projected for, let's see, I think they're one of my highest scoring teams on the week. Yeah, Vegas is my 4th highest scoring projected team of the week. So, you take that, you kind of match it up with the quarterback, and I think he's going to throw for. I think he goes for 300 and has a good shot at 3 scores here.
Yeah, Vegas likes Vegas this week. They have a
surprise.
But yeah, I thought I was super high up. I have him QB8. So I'm in agreement with you here. What's not to love? I mean, Devonte Adams.
Oh,
holy shit, just so good. So the fact that he has him, Renfro will get his eventually, and Darren Waller looked great. Matt Collins is out there running wind sprints. He had a 90% run rate, but yeah, you never know. Like he could get wide open to play, catch a deep ball. But just I love Derek
I
Carr
mean,
right
to,
now.
to be clear, none of my like for Derek Carr, none of my love for Derek Carr has anything to do with Matt Collins.
Obviously, I just thought it was interesting that he's up there 90% of the time, and he is absolutely that guy that's going to catch an 80-yard troll touchdown. But either way, Derek Carr is like approaching mid-range QB1 for me.
All right. What about quarterbacks that you're down on?
So I'm low on Jameis Winston this week. He's my QB 22 compared to QB 15. That's where the consensus has him. He was my top streamer QB last week in my main article, and he looked great against the Falcons. Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, Chris Olave all look great. Like I love this offense, but this matchup against the Buccaneers, he definitely gets a downgrade. Vegas agrees. The Saints team total is only 20.5 this week, which is below average. So, Jameis Winston gets a slight downgrade this week. He'll be streamable again, but not this week against the Bucs.
Yeah, this whole game is kind of looks like a fade. The defenses. I mean, the Tampa Bay defense was great. New Orleans always plays Brady pretty well. So I am gonna actually kind of stay in that game. I'm going Tom Brady as my guy that I'm low on. I have him outside the top 10. I just, you listen to Todd Bowles talk about this team and talk about running the football, and they kind of talked about it all camp, but you can't really take that seriously. But we saw the Bucs even in that game against Dallas, like early in the game before they had pulled away. There was one drive or one series where they just ran it 3 straight times at Fournette and kicked a field goal. Like this is a new type of Bucs team. I think in terms of just what they're going to do with the balance and their receivers, still trying to get healthy. I know Godwin is banged up already again. We'll see about Gage and how much he's back. He kind of started slow in terms of his usage last week. And then Julio Jones looked like he got banged up a little at the end too. So I think this Tampa Bay team, looking at their O-line, interior, clearly their strength is run blocking and not pass blocking. So New Orleans always is good against the run, but New Orleans is also always good against Tom Brady. And I think, for that reason, I don't want any part of Brady in my top 10 quarterbacks. Maybe the Bucs get down and they have to throw a lot, but I really think they're trying to be a lot more balanced. I think they're trying to use Fournette a lot more and just do it that way. And I do think they'll ramp it up as the season progresses, but I think they got to get that top 4 receiving core healthy. I think they want to get those rookie tight ends more snaps before they start, throwing it all around the yard again. So I think this kind of new look Bucs offense, lower scoring games. The defense is just amazing. It's healthy. I think that's here to stay for at least the early part of the season. So Tom Brady for me.
Yeah, I agree. I'm QB 13. Where'd you say you have him again?
I got him QB 16 right now.
Oh, shit, way lower. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like a 1/10 of a point. But yeah, like he's going to end up outside of the top 10, and he's QB 9 consensus. So I just thought I'd get ahead of that. I only have him projected for about 260, a little over 260 in terms of the yardage. All right, quarterback prop. That was the one I lost last week. You threw out Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
I went under. It was over. I mean, can we? Oh my goodness. Like
what a coaching performance.
Nathaniel Hackett might be the worst coach I've ever seen in the history of coaches. And I was on Urban Meyer, like I was on Vance Joseph, like all those dudes but like not only to go with the field goal 3 yards longer than your field goal kicker's ever made instead of just going for 5 more yards from Russell Wilson who threw for 340, but then to try to call timeouts and then kneel downs, like come on, who man?
Well, and they didn't call a timeout. Remember they ran like 20 seconds.
Yeah, they had 3 timeouts. Yeah, they could have done something totally different in that.
Horrible.
Scenario. Yeah, that was bad. But all right, we'll switch it up. So I'll throw out the prop for quarterbacks this week. And you know where I'm going? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, man. Like, how concerned are we about Aaron Rodgers? Because it didn't look good in week 1. So we're gonna go Aaron Rodgers passing yardage in this spot, and I'm gonna go with 253.5.
Oh man, I was thinking anywhere like my line's 255, and I was just thinking if it's outside of 250, 255, I would know what to do. This puts me in a real bind I'm not that worried. It seems like this happens every year. We overreact to Rodgers struggling week 1, but this is real. He doesn't have Devonte Adams, doesn't have Valdez-Scantling. Wow, what a great line. I'm gonna have to go with under though. I think this week they do just lean on Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon in the running game, and can probably still beat the Bears that way. So I'm gonna have to go under here. But that is a damn good line.
Yeah, it's I don't think it's yeah, like you said, I don't think it's just a 1 week thing this time, because I'm watching Aaron Rodgers, and granted, you know, as the O-line gets healthier, things will help. But there were plays where he was standing in the pocket for 4-5 seconds and nobody was open. And you know, even when you have all pro offensive linemen, they're not always going to be able to protect for 4 or 5 seconds. I mean, the average time to throw is under 3. So I think this is going to be an issue all year. And yeah, you're right. I think they're going to they had Jones and Dillon on the field a lot together. Thank you, Matt LaFleur, for helping my Randall Cobb go way under as I thought it would.